Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. I'm going to try and put these thoughts into some sort of order. I'm not sure how successful I'm going to be. I have not always been a good ally of the queer community. And I'm going to say queer community because uh, the alphabet thing is just, I find it annoying. So I mentioned that before, but for my own ease of use, I'm going to say the queer community. I was a young, stupid teenager, in the 80s. Um, I don't think I was deliberately hateful or big. I was a little bigoted, but I don't think I was actively harassing. I know I wasn't actively harassing anyone in the queer community, but I was a young, stupid man. You absorb some of the things other people around you say and do and act and how they act. I said some things that I guess today would be considered microaggressions. Um, Stuff like, I don't mind people being gay, but I don't want to see them doing it kind of stuff, um, which is rude and disrespectful. I like to think I've gotten better, older and less stupid. I hope. But then trans and non-binary people came along, and not that they didn't exist before, but they weren't quite as visible. And I have to say that those are a couple things that I have a hard time wrapping my head around. Um, I suppose trans is something I find a bit easier to understand. Um, I can identify with being uncomfortable in your own skin. I find as the older I get, the more unhappy I get with this meat popsicle I'm driving around. So I can understand a certain amount of, like I said, being uncomfortable in your own skin. But the non-binary thing, not feeling you're one thing or another. These are a couple concepts that being uncomfortable in your own skin, but wanting to be a different gender is something else, and being non-binary, not feeling one thing or the other, are concepts that I really just I don't, like I said, I can't wrap my head around them. I don't get them. But at the same time, as Lopan once said, I was not put on this earth to get it. um, any difficulty I might have with understanding those things is my problem. Um, and it is not my job to make my problem someone else's problem. It is not my job to make my problem their problem, which is what I see a lot of this talk around trans and non-binary people really being about. All these people complaining about pronouns and legislation about what trans people are allowed and not allowed to do. It's not about anything but making other people's icky, gross feelings someone else's problem. And the only thing that I can do for myself is the only thing I've always tried to do, because the only thing that it is my job to do is to treat other people with respect, the respect that everyone deserves. Everyone deserves to live their life as they choose. And whether or not I have a problem with that or not, it's my problem, not theirs. I hope I've been successful treating people with respect. I know trans and non-binary people. I like them, who they are. My not being able to wrap my head around their decisions or whatever it is, them being who they are. Again, not their problem. And it's not my job to make it their problem. I know I'm repeating myself. And if anyone from my generation is watching this who has a hard time with, you know, people changing their names and people changing their pronouns, I want to remind those people of something. We all collectively agreed to call this guy Hulk Hogan. His real name is Terry. And if you don't have a problem calling Terry Hulk Hogan, but if you have a problem with trans people's names or non-binary people's names, that's your problem. And you should shut up and treat people with respect. And that's all I have to say about that. Good hunting.